Before we get right into the video, I'm going to be giving away 2 copies of Destiny 2 Forsaken Digital Deluxe. If you want to win the first copy, all you have to do is simply like the video, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. If you want to win the second copy, check the link down below in the description. Again, I want to thank really quick Bungie and Activision for allowing me to give away 2 copies of Destiny 2 Forsaken. What's up, YouTube and privileged ones? Hello and welcome back to the channel for yet another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, it's kind of a letter, a formal letter in a video style to Bungie. See, Bungie, if you're listening, and I know you probably are, Sleeper Simulate should not be nerfed. And see, I know a lot of people watching this video are going to have one of 2 opinions. Oh yeah, it shouldn't be nerfed. Or, oh no, it should definitely be nerfed. What's your problem? See, I'm going to explain my opinion, and I'm also going to give you some information backing my statements and trying to explain as to why it would be a bad idea to nerf Sleeper. See, first off, what is Sleeper Simulate? It's an exotic. It's a linear fusion rifle power weapon. See, power weapons normally one-shot. I'm sorry, but you run up on an Acreus, it one-shots you. It doesn't have to be a headshot. It can be a body shot. It's going to one-shot you. See, sniper rifles in the power weapon slot will one-shot you. I know it takes a little bit more skill because you have to get the headshot, but that's really what a sniper entails, is you go to shoot the head. See, let's go back to the linear fusion rifle part, and then let's talk about other fusion rifles. See, the main ingredient, that can literally one-shot you anywhere in the body from medium to close range. See, you're talking about a normal fusion rifle. See, a linear fusion rifle is the cross between a fusion rifle and a sniper rifle. So, you would really speculate that if you have a massive linear fusion rifle power weapon, that you would be able to one-shot from across the map in a body, especially with how large the blast is on a Sleeper Simulate. See, the projectile on a Sleeper is massive. It was designed like that. That's what Sleeper was for, was to deal out and dish out massive damage at any range. So, with that being said, let's move on to more factors behind the Sleeper, and that it's not the most overpowered weapon in the Crucible. See, a lot of people are saying that it's the only power weapon usable in the Crucible and in PvP in general, including Gambit, and that's incorrect. See, I can go in to Gambit and wipe out the entire team using a Whisper. That's a power weapon. I can go in and wipe out the entire team using a Queensbreaker. In my opinion, Queensbreaker is more overpowered than Sleeper because it actually makes you look like a good player. You don't have to actually aim at the target. If you fire the weapon near someone while you're ADSing, it gets a headshot instantly. From any range on the map, it's a one-shot. So with that being said, is Sleeper really the most overpowered weapon in the Crucible? No, by far it is not. I've missed a lot more times using a Sleeper Simulate than I have using a Queenbreaker. Now, I know a lot of people don't have Queenbreaker, so that's where it comes into play. Everyone is using Sleeper because they can get their hands on it easier. It's easier to obtain. See, once everybody has Queenbreaker, they're going to be using that. Now, what happens now if they nerf Sleeper is where the problem arises. See, we have a melting cultural pot of different players in the fan base for Destiny. We've got people that are one-time grinders a week, where they jump on the weekends, they play with their friends for a few hours, and then they get off, and then they have work every single day after that. Then we've got the people that, you know, play a couple of days a week. You know, maybe they get home from work and they play an hour, then they go to bed. Then we've got the people that are normally going to school, they come home and they do their homework, and then they play 3-4 hours a day. And then we've got the people that are in college and they might not really be paying attention to their schoolwork and they're just grinding all day long. Or you've got the people that are content creators or people that are actually streaming the game and they're playing 12, 16 hours a day. We've got the casuals and we've got the professionals, the ones that are kind of just trying to grind out all the content and get everything right away. And then the casuals over here are making statements like, oh my god, Sleeper, it's overpowered. Everyone's using Sleeper. Why is everyone using Sleeper? See, the people that are playing the game every day not necessarily are complaining. Now, that's not 100% correct. There are people that do play the game every day and are complaining about Sleeper. But I will say that people that have Queenbreaker are not complaining about Sleeper. See, Queenbreaker bow, I already did a review on my channel, and if you want to go and check it out, then the link will be down below. But it was my last video on the channel. And I talked about how the aim assist on the Queenbreaker was broken, and how the charge time on Queenbreaker was actually lower than Sleeper. So if you see a Sleeper Simulate user, you can actually outshoot them before they have a chance to get the projectile off. Now, there's been like maybe 1 or 2 situations where a Sleeper and my Queenbreaker have actually traded, but I've never lost against a Sleeper using my Queenbreaker. So that explains a little bit. Now, alongside that, I mean, I've outshot Sleeper with a Whisper, and that's a sniper rifle. Okay, let's go back to why this would be a bad idea. If they start and they go in and they nerf Sleeper, Sleeper will most likely no longer be usable inside of PvE, against bosses, against raid encounters, making raids harder, making people that are casual players complain that their Sleeper no longer does damage. Alongside this, it is something that we need to learn about now because we are doomed to repeat history. Back in D1, the beginning of D1 was really bad. Became a really good game towards the end, and then Destiny came out. But Bungie listened to all of the casual players and made Destiny 2 a casual-based game. And then a lot of the people that played the game for a long, extended period of time died off, and the content creators left. Why? Because there was no more content for them to use or to utilize. Alongside that, there was a lot of change in the meta. We didn't like the way the Crucible was or PvE was because the weapons were nerfed or moved around or functioned. Now, we're getting back into a meta where we really enjoy. We're in a D1 meta where everything seems overpowered and pretty much well balanced. And if we start going back and nerfing the stuff that we really enjoy now, it's going to repeat itself. We're going to nerf Sleeper. But then we're going to give in to the casuals, and then everyone that's complaining about Sleeper is going to be like, oh hey, yay, Sleeper's no longer being used every single time I play Gambit. But now you're going to start seeing a lot of people using other weapons like Queenbreaker. And when Queenbreaker bow is overpowered in the Crucible, a lot of people are going to call it out, and it's going to get nerfed. And then that will no longer be usable in PvE or PvP. And then something else is going to be overpowered, and that will be nerfed. See what I mean here? By the time we're done with this vicious cycle of picking out a super strong weapon and then saying to Bungie, nerf it, and then Bungie goes and nerfs it, you're just going to make the game bad for yourself. You're going to make the game to a point where you're not going to like the way the meta is, because it's literally going to be a bunch of weapons we really enjoyed and we can no longer use in PvE. So, with that being said, you've got to pay attention to what is really going on here. See, Sleeper is only being used by everyone because it is a good weapon in the Crucible, it's a good weapon in Gambit, and it's an overall good weapon to use in PvE for damage. With that being said, it's also a very easy weapon for everyone to acquire. So everyone can actually get their hands on it because you get it from a quest line. If you get it from a quest line, it's easy to obtain. If it's easy to obtain, everyone has it. If everyone has it and it's good, it's obviously going to be used. That doesn't make it overpowered, guys. You can get your hands on it. Just use it. If you think it's overpowered, then use it. See, not everyone can get their hands on Queenbreaker yet. It's luck based, it's RNG. It comes out of a random drop. It's not from an exotic quest, so obviously everyone's not going to be using it, because everyone is definitely not going to have it. Yes, I'm one of the lucky few that do have it, and I utilize it more often than I do Sleeper, because I believe it's actually better than Sleeper. Now, I'm not saying, oh my god, leave a comment down below saying nerf Sleeper or nerf Queenbreaker, okay? I believe both guns are equal in their own rights. Obviously, you can get one-shot bodies with a Sleeper. You can get one-shot headshots from across the map with a Queenbreaker. See, they've got their own attributes. They're both exotic. They should feel overpowered. So there you have it. That's my letter to Bungie. This is why the Sleeper should not be nerfed. But I'm going to leave it in the hands of the viewers. I want you all to leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. And I'm going to be taking a close eye and a watch on every single one of your comments. And if you don't have Forsaken and you haven't had to deal with Gambit, don't worry. This weekend, you'll be able to play Gambit for free, available to all Destiny players. So you can go and see Sleeper in the Gambit game mode for yourselves. Let me know what you guys think. See, I know that it seems rough right now, but there's a lot of exotics that no one's acquired yet. How about you guys wait for those exotics to be in your inventory before you start picking and choosing what exotics are overpowered? That's all I'm saying. But, again, I can't wait to see your comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, then leave a dislike. Let me know in the comment section why you disliked the video. And, to every single one of you, stay violent and be privileged.
I like it. Lost the lead. Burn that primeval down. This is what the Taken feel. Revel in this. One down.